Good morning. Going deeper. Good morning, believers. Good morning, Israel. It's your brother, J.D. Nijah. All praises to the Most High Yahweh and the only begotten Son, our deliverer, Yeshua, Jesus Christ, if you like, Jesus Christos, if you're of the Latino descent, and the Ruach is the Holy Spirit. Gives us this power, wisdom, and knowledge to interpret this book in all kinds of different ways, depending on who you imagine yourself to be. So, a couple things going on. I got a comment from one of these Hebrew personages, these so-called Israelites. It was regarding the video I did. GMS push harder with Apostle Rakar, bubble-dyed fish head. It was entitled, Now They're Telling Lies About the Crucifixion. And he just left me a comment and said, cut it out, you have demons on you. And so what the video was about was who put Yahushua, who put Jesus, who put Yeshua on the cross? Simple question, simple answer. Wicked-ass Jews put Yahushua on the cross. Who doesn't know that? So what Apostle Ricard was saying is that Edom, these wicked white people put Jesus on the cross, put Yahushua on the cross, these wicked Edomites. And I'm like, that's wrong. So I made a video about it, and this dude has the gall to tell me I have demons on me, and they're the ones that are talking all kinds of lies, yeah. So I told him, dude, you and your flunky religion that you have going, it's not. I just told him, you're the devil, dude. They put these. He puts up a picture of himself or whatever, your logo for your channel or whatever. Mine's of me surfing. His is of some demonic looking person with big red eyes. It's like, it looks so damn demonic. It's like, you're telling me I have demons on me? Look at your I didn't even get the name. It's almost like they're some kind of bots. They're internet bots or something, because I went to the guy's channel to check it out, and he had a few videos, but he had almost 60 subscribers and 60 videos. I have over 700 videos, and I still only have 45 or 46 subscribers. It's like, how does that happen? Because he's not I mean, I guess people don't really want to know the truth, so they love bolstering each other's bullshit, and it is what it is. So anyway, I was listening to Vocab Malone, and he was having a conversation with a Mizrahic Jew. I think he's a Mizraim. He's an Egyptian Jew. I'm not sure if that's true or not. It said something like Mizrazi Jew, and so I'm assuming that's Mizraim, Egyptian Jew. But anyway, there's a lot of things that this Jewish man was saying that resonates with me, and it's really funny because someone was asking me last night, so are you a Jew? And I said, yep. Are you a Christian? Yep. And more. It's like, there's this disconnect between, I mean, Vocab Malone kind of made a fool out of this Jewish guy because, I mean, he was saying that parts of the New Testament are just wrong. That's wrong. So he talks about the Pauline doctrine, and they were arguing over some things in the Bible, and it's like, the Son of God, the Son of Man, what's the Son of God, what's the Son of Man, what's that mean, and this and that. It's like, some of this stuff it's kind of like GMS in a way. You're talking about belief systems, not the Bible. It's like, I got to hand it to Vocab. At least he had scriptures to fight back most of the stuff this Jewish guy was claiming. And it's interesting, though, because I can understand his side, too, to a certain extent, that there's things in the New Testament that Paul says in his letters, and they were going into Romans, and anyone who's tried to break down Romans in any coherent doctrinal manner will find out that some of the things Paul says in Romans is not blasphemous, but confusing, to say the least. But I'm not going to go into that. That's for each, I'm starting to see that it's for each person to work out their own salvation with fear and trembling. But it's interesting how this Jewish guy had very strong beliefs in the Old Testament and in certain things. One thing that he said that was interesting that I will bring up is that came to my mind right now, is that he was saying in the beginning the Lord made man and woman, right? He made them. Let's see if I can find it real quick. He was saying, what I did like about what he said God is the earth. God, Yahweh, the creator, he is in his creation, and he was arguing with Vocab about the divinity of Jesus. And of course, Vocab believes in the divinity of Jesus because he's a Christian, and I believe in the divinity of Jesus too. I believe that that was the Lord coming as a man to save man from himself. I mean, that's the only thing that really makes sense. If there is this Yahweh, if there is this powerful God. But anyway, he was saying, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and they'll have dominion. So God created man in his own image. And in the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. So what this Israeli, this Jewish guy, this rabbinical type teacher was saying is that that verse right there means that God, Yahweh, is male and female. And of course, you'll get a lot of kickback on that for sure. But I understand what he's saying, because you can't put Yahweh in a box like that. You can't say what he is. All you can say is what he tells you he is. That's where the image part comes in. You have to imagine what he is. And that's what's interesting about it is, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female. He created him, male and female. So in his belief, which it sounds like he might have a good point, he's saying God is beyond male and female. He's beyond sex. He's beyond gender. And this kind of makes sense, because when you look at the fact that when we bind with a woman, he says your flesh will become her flesh and you will be of one flesh. And that's why that marriage bed is undefiled. And there's a lot of other doctrine that points to this union, and this union between us and him is spoken of as a marriage too. So and the Lord is Jesus is the bridegroom and we're the bride. So we're Israel is spoken of as a woman, a bride. So that's just something to chew on. I mean, I'm not against that belief at all. I mean, Vocab would argue that no, God's a man. Christians, and especially GMS has this really hardcore patriarchal lineup, and I went into that a little bit in one of my videos a few days ago about Huldah, the prophetess, and these personages over there at GMS. They say all kinds of nonsense, and it made me realize that Judaism has a lot of strange beliefs. It's like they aren't complete. They haven't completed because they haven't been able to get the Holy Spirit or something. I said it. That's it. That's what it seems to be. This guy was lacking. He had a lot of knowledge of Hebrew, and he said something interesting that, and I kind of agree with this to a certain extent. It's a strange thing. Is this, if you are a Christian and you begin to study the Old Testament, and you will tend to turn more into a Jewish belief system. And I've found that to be true. I was a Christian for a long time before the Lord told me, no, you're not. you're that, but you're actually of one of mine. And so when he said that, I was like, I used to get accused by my by some of my church members of being too much into the Old Testament. And that just made me feel better when they would say that. I'm like, yeah. Yep. Because to me, the New Testament is for the newness of God. That's the new covenant. That's the newness. So we can enjoy the newness, but the newness has to be interpreted as a newness in comparison to what he was telling us in the Old Testament. The newness can't be fully flushed out until you understand some of these things. Like that right there is one that that Christianity will not, even though it's clear that it says right there, in the image of God created he him, male and female. Created him, male and female. So this is where some of these trannies and people that would fight for that that thing that you could be whatever you want to be what you want to be. You can do it. We have the technology. You could say, well, he created him, male and female. We're Baphomet to a certain extent, something like that. And it's like, man, you can see where evil can really sneak in right in the front door. It's like, hey, hi, I'm here. I'm male and female. You get it? Got me? It says right here. So these are the things that we have to be careful of and watch out for. He was saying, he was trying to point out things about God that were female, and some of the argument he had was that things like, what did he say? Like a bird, like birds and this and that. And the first thing that came to my mind was hen, the son of Josiah, the son of Zephaniah. Hen, grace. A hen is a female bird, right? I would have gathered you like a hen gathers her chicks. So you can see the Lord Yahweh is not bound by male and female, and that's where Catholicism can root in with this Mother Mary worship. And I'm not a big fan of Catholicism per se, but I'm finding even in all their wickedness, they're holding certain things sacred, and I appreciate that. For a long time, I spoke against the Catholic Church because I saw the hypocrisy, the wickedness, the tradition being more than the word, the ceremony and all this. what is it, vilifying saints, these men that did this and that, and they're probably just evil, so it's kind of like building up a house of evil in a way. But at one point on the last visitation, same time 20 years ago, 2001, right after the buildings fell, the Lord told me, I lived by a Catholic church, St. Simon and Jew, down here in Huntington Beach. And he said, "You have something to do, young man." And I went, uh-oh. And I went into the St. Simon and Jude, and I sat there, and there was a effigy of Mother Mary on the wall. And I sat and I bowed my head and I started to cry. And I told her, I'm sorry, so sorry for down talking you, and I'm so sorry. You're the vessel of my Savior. I'm so sorry. And she spoke to me. And guess what she said? No. I've known you forever. No, I love you. I've known you forever. And I went. So when they talk Mother Mary, full of grace, full of full of exalting and peace, grace, the son of Zephaniah, grace. That Mother Mary, man, she made me feel so comforted. She's like, are you kidding me? Don't, no. I love you. I've known you forever. And I went, oh my goodness. So I don't talk down on Mother Mary and the Catholic Church like I used to. I will say that there's wickedness there, but that's that wickedness of man, them venerating Mother Mary. If that's what they want to do, that's their belief system, and I'm with them on that. So anyhow, let's see what I got. 23 minutes. So I'll just say a couple more things on that, and then I'll come back and do a little lesson on couple things I was looking at this morning. But yeah, the vocab, it hurts my heart to hear people that have strong beliefs. It was hard to hear them say that the New Testament was wrong. I was like, yeah, I know it's not so much that it's wrong, but there's things in it that could be misinterpreted really easy. But the bottom line is that all of it is supposed to be inspired. All of it's for correction, for reproof, for learning. And so saying John got it wrong, or Mark got it wrong, or Paul got it wrong, that was like, dude, that's not a good enough argument. No, it was wrong. He got it wrong, or Christians interpreted it wrong, and I can see that he's coming from a different angle. He's coming from that Judaism angle, so there's certain things that can't be believed if some of their starting off points, that you can't get to some of the stuff, Paul. You can't get there from here. So very interesting how bias plays into what you believe the Bible to say. And it kind of shakes me a little bit, because it's like, okay, how far off am I? How bugged out am I on, you know? And that's the thing that I'm most afraid of, is like, believing something that Yahushua or Jesus or Yeshua doesn't want me to say. And I'll be back. I'm gonna kind of go into that a little bit in Psalms. And we'll talk a little bit about what that means to be a mouthpiece for the Lord, and the dangers involved in what you're spewing out. So thanks for being here. I just wanted to get that off my chest. It was really interesting talk, but hearing someone who knew Hebrew so well have such a different interpretation. There was some stuff that I can't even remember, because it's like, what is he saying? It didn't register. I couldn't swallow it. I'm like, so anyhow, I'll be back. Marinate on some of that. It's interesting. I liked his thought process, though, that his ways are different than our ways. And the only way we can really understand God, and that's why Vocab, I think, was right, that our belief system as Christians is that Yahushua was a man and God at the same time, because that makes the most sense. It fits the story. I mean, that's what the Bible is about, is the Lord coming to dwell with us so that we'll know that he loves us and he came to save us from ourselves. And anything other than that is just ways to learn. You look at Yahushua and Jesus, the things that he did, because he's showing us who God is by what he did. He healed people. He loved people. He wants everyone to have life, not death. I mean, I don't understand how anyone could not grasp that. But anyway, I'll be back. We'll talk a little bit more about that, and then I'm going to do a little lesson. All right. Shalom.